Carla Renata. You have tuned into the Curvy Critic with Carla Renata. If you are on YouTube, give me a big thumbs up to let me know you were here. Click that bell for notifications and subscribe to the channel. And what I do here normally when I have sound on is review films and talk to artists above and below the line in the film industry. Oh my God, I can't even believe I did that. All right, so we're going to do a couple of things today. We're going to talk about the Golden Globes. We're going to talk about Betty White passing, Sidney Poitier passing, and I'm going to do a review of the 355 that stars Jessica Chastain. I don't have any artwork today because it's been a situation. So what I usually do at the top of the show is I talk about what my week was like the week before, and then I get on into it. So my week this week was a little hectic, which is why I'm hella unprepared, which I never am, but I am today. And you know what? I'm going to embrace that because everybody is not perfect, and I'm not either, daggone it. And people watching this are gonna get their entire life laughing at me being a freaking fool. Anyway, so there's that. So let's pay homage to Miss Betty White. Betty White is and was the gold standard for comedy on television. Her comic timing was unparalleled, and we all remember her from, you know, some of us that are old enough to remember the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Golden Girls. And I just was watching on YouTube. I was watching this story on YouTube. It was a Paley panel where they were talking about, they had Rue McClanahan and they had Betty White and the producers of the Golden Girls, and they were talking about how they cast the show. Well, originally Betty White, they wanted Betty White to read for Blanche, and they wanted Rue McClanahan to read for Rose. I was like, ooh, that would have been interesting. And Rue McClanahan, they begged Rue McClanahan to bring B. Arthur in because the breakdown for her part literally said a B. Arthur type. The breakdown for Betty White's part literally said a Betty White type. So they bring in Rue McClanahan. Rue McClanahan brings in B. Arthur, and then the chick that plays Sophia, she was actually in Torch Song Trilogy, and they kind of snapped. She had been on the road with that for like 4 years. Can you imagine a touring company of a Broadway show for 4 years? That would never happen now. But anyway, she was on tour with Torch Song Trilogy after having done it on Broadway, and they snapped her up from that. I'm so glad that we got that configuration of women because they were hella funny. And then I want to tell my own little personal Betty White story. So I was tapped to stand in for Queen Latifah when she did a guest star on Hot in Cleveland. I know Queen Latifah is like 5,000 feet taller than me. That don't matter. But they called me in to stand in for her, and all of her scenes were with Betty White. And I was really excited to meet all of the ladies. You know, it goes without saying. I mean, Valerie Bertinelli, come on, one day at a time. But I really wanted to meet Betty White. When I tell you Betty White's aura glowed from the inside out, she was luminous. Her skin was the most beautiful skin I'd ever seen in my entire life. Black, white, or otherwise, her skin looked like butter. And she was the nicest woman. So nice. She genuinely looked happy to be there and looked happy to work. Like she was just, her presence is such a loss to the industry. It really is. And apparently, I found out today that she had a small little stroke right before she passed away, about 6 days before she passed away. And it's a shame because she had been revving up for her 100th birthday. She was like a couple of days or maybe a week or so shy of her 100th birthday. And they had done a huge press blitz to promote it in all kinds of magazines and television shows. But you know what? Betty White did the damn thing. I wish and hope and pray that I get to inhabit this earth for as long as she did, having the time of her life. It was really endearing and a beautiful thing to watch. So RIP, my sister. And then, of course, you know, Sidney Poitier passed. Everybody knows Sidney Poitier is the first African-American man to win an Oscar for Best Actor. But what we don't know is that he was an activist. He was a philanthropist. He was an author. He was a dad. He was a granddad. He was a husband. He was the gold standard for acting for all actors, regardless of what age they were. And when he took on a role that allowed him the opportunity to be portrayed as a human being, a man, not a black man, not a black man, but a man. And that is so, so, so important to note. I love the first time I ever saw him was in this film called To Serve with Love. Love that movie so much. I love To Serve with Love. And I had the biggest crush on him from that movie because I was like, oh, he's so cute. But that was my favorite Sidney Poitier movie. And there's these two comedies that nobody ever talks about. One is called A Piece of the Action, and another one is called Let's Do It Again. And he's teamed up with Bill Cosby, and they have like these little buddy movies. And it was produced by First Artist, which is a film company that he and Barbara Streisand and a couple of other actors had started to create work for themselves, to create projects and produce themselves, because the studio system was kind of phasing out, and then that kind of thing was kind of up in upheaval. So they did it. But y'all, if you have not seen A Piece of the Action and Let's Do It Again, you should check it out because it's hella funny. It is so, so, so funny. John Amos is up in there being like this really tough bad guy. Like, it's hilarious. They are really, really funny films. But so I just say all of that to say rest in peace to Betty White and Sidney Poitier. We also lost Bob Saget, who was the dad on Full House yesterday. And I'm like, you know what they say, celebrities die in threes or pass away in threes. And I just hate to see any of them go, because they've brought us so much joy and so much entertainment. But you know, it's the cycle of life. We're born, we live, and we no longer inhabit the earth. So I'm so glad that all three of those people inhabited the earth for as long as they did and allowed us to enjoy their talent for as long as we were able to. All right, so let's get into the 355. This movie is it was a trip. It's kind of like, I had to put my glasses on because I can't see, y'all. Sorry. This movie is dealing with a CIA agent, Mace Brown, who joins forces with a rival German agent, a cutting-edge computer specialist, and a Colombian psychologist when a top-secret weapon falls into the hands of a group of mercenaries. Together, these four women embark on a breakneck mission to save the world while staying one step ahead of a mysterious figure. It stars Jessica Chastain, Lupita Nyong'o. Who else is in this movie? Penelope Cruz. Let's see, who else is up in here? Jessica Chastain is actually one of the producers. She's starting to produce a lot more of her films that she's in, which I kind of love her for that. Diane Kruger is in it. And yeah, so it's Penelope Cruz, Jessica Chastain, Lupita Nyong'o, and Penelope Cruz. This is the thing. The film is a good film. It's an okay film. This is the thing. So it is very reminiscent of Ocean's 12. Remember that film that had like all those stars in it, including Rihanna? It's one of those films that you kind of go, I don't know. I don't know if I need to see this. I don't know if I want to see it. It's just kind of, I don't know. So this is what I love about it. Let me talk about what I like. What I love about it is that Jessica Chastain is taking her career into her own hands and producing her own projects. She's also, when I interviewed her before for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, I told her she's like the Lon Chaney of film actresses, because she literally can inhabit any role, be in any kind of costume, have any kind of hair, and you totally believe her. It was nice to see her, you know, doing her thing and running around being a tough chick. I kind of love her for that. It was nice to see Lupita Nyong'o have an interracial relationship in the film, and have her be a really smart, you know, African-American woman. It was nice to see a woman who was dual in her languages, speaking German and English. And it was nice to see Penelope Cruz, who, of all of the women, other than Jessica, her character has a little more of a full arc. So the other ones, you kind of get drips and drabs of their stories, but it's not really fully fleshed out. The camera work is good, the stunt work is good, the fight scenes are good, but you know, I always say some of those fight scenes last just a little too longer than they should. Um, but I think the 355 falls a little short. Like it had the potential to be a really stellar kick-ass film, and instead it kind of starts out good, and then it kind of goes like this for the rest of the movie. But I suggest seeing it for yourself to make your own opinion about it. But I feel like it falls a little short. I feel like it was a shame to waste these women's talents, because all four of them are ridiculously fierce in their own right, and they were fierce together. Like, I loved seeing them together. I wish that there were more scenes of the four of them fighting and doing their thing together. It was kind of like Ocean's 12 meets James Bond meets every other spy movie that you've ever seen in your life. But it did its thing. It kind of kicked butt to a certain extent, but I would have loved to seen it do a little bit more than what it did. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's talk about these Golden Globes, honey. So first of all, let's talk about the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. The Hollywood Foreign Press Association has had shenanigans, bless their little heart. They have had a rough year. They have been criticized for the organization, and it all kicked off from this. Article that the LA Times wrote. Right, the LA Times wrote this article about how there was some not unexplicable. There was some shenanigans happening at the HFPA. In addition to their lack of diversity, they didn't have any, and it's supposed to be the Hollywood Foreign Press Association. They didn't have anybody from Africa. Most of the countries that they had people that were members, they were from Middle Eastern countries or something like that, or something along those lines. I may be misspeaking in that respect. But what I will say is this: the organization was not diverse. It came up under fire. It came up under criticism. People weren't having it. They went off. They were like, listen, I need y'all to do better. And so a lot of people were very vocal about it, to the point where NBC pulled their international coverage of the show. NBC usually broadcasts the show around the world. NBC was like, until you get your act together, we are not going to broadcast the show. So that happened first. Then the HFPA was like, okay, let us try to get our act together and, bring in some people and make the organization a little more diverse. So they brought in some more members. They opened it up. They even reached out to me to be a member, but I don't do foreign press. So I was like, I am not applying to an organization that is literally called the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, and I'm not foreign press. I'm domestic press. So let somebody that is of color, that actually covers foreign press and works for a foreign press outlet, do that. So I just didn't fill out my application. So there's that. So then they got some members, a few little members, drips and drabs here and there. And then with each little issue that they tried to take care of, they would issue a press release saying, this is what we did, this is what we did, we fixed this, we fixed that, blah, 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 blah. So now what happened is the Golden Globes are coming around. They reach out to people to ask them to be a part of the organization, and people start declining to be a part of the organization. Nobody, not organization, the broadcast, I meant to say. Nobody wants to be part of this broadcast. Everybody's like, no, thank you, but I'll pass. So a lot of people not only did not want to participate as a presenter or a host or anything like that. So then the Hollywood Foreign Press Association was like, okay, we're going to live stream this, but we're not going to have a host. We're not going to have any celebrities, blah, blah, blah. Then it went from that to, okay, we're not even going to live stream it. And we're not going to have no celebrities, and we're not going to have no hosts. We're just going to have members of our organization that are going to be in the room, and we're going to just announce who these winners are. I was like, Okay. Now, as of today, people are like, but are these people that they announced as winners, are they actually going to accept the awards, or is this shenanigan going to continue? And people are literally like, is the Hollywood Foreign Press going to continue, or is it just on its way out slowly but surely? But okay, so there's that. Um, hey, Kenneth Williams, I see you up in there. What's up, my homie? Um, so yeah, that's the skinny on the Hollywood Foreign Press Association and the drama with the Golden Globes. So now let's get into who the winners were. So y'all remember me talking about the power of the dog, and y'all remember me talking about how fierce Cody was in Cody Smith McPhee was in that role. He won a Golden Globe for his role in The Power of the Dog. So did the director Jane Campion, and so did the picture, The Power of the Dog. It won Best Drama Motion Picture. Best Musical Comedy Motion Picture went to West Side Story. One of its leading ladies, Ariana DeBose, won, who played Anita. I feel like she's going to do really well this award season. Foreign language film went to Drive My Car. Let's see here. Drive My Car. And you heard it here first. You heard it here first. I said that Will Smith's performance in King Richard was the best one of his career. Boom. He won the Golden Globe. He won the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Drama Motion Picture. Drama TV series went to Succession. Actress in a Drama Motion Picture went to Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, which, actually was a surprise, because also in that category was my girl Jessica Chastain, Lady Gaga for House of Gucci, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. So we already know the shenanigans have begun. And it's gonna be the whole award season. It's gonna be like a tennis match back and forth in this particular category, because that category and the Best Supporting Actress category is gonna be a little tricky. And so is that Best Actor category. Speaking of which, the Best Actress in a Musical or Comedy was Rachel Ziegler, who plays Maria in West Side Story, and that was very well deserved. Actor in a Musical or Comedy was Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom. I told y'all Andrew Garfield was doing his thing in Tick, Tick, Boom. And MJ Rodriguez made history, y'all, with her Actress in a Drama TV series win for Pose. We all know that Pose is no longer actively on the air, but they do have 4 or 5 seasons that are streaming on FX. You can check out that fabulous doll right now. I'm so happy for her. That is a very well-deserved win. Original song went to Billie Eilish for her theme song for No Time to Die, which is hilarious because most of the songs that are scored for the James Bond films, they always win awards. They always either win a Golden Globe, a Grammy, an Oscar, or all three. I said that Jane Campion won. Original score for a motion picture goes to Dune for Hans Zimmer, who is one of my personal favorites. I know him from Lion King. Screenplay of a motion picture went to Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. Y'all know I talked about Belfast. I love me some Belfast. Let me see who else. Oh, animated feature film went to Encanto. Such a beautiful, beautiful, lovely film. It is streaming on Disney Plus. Miniseries or TV film went to The Underground Railroad. Congratulations, Barry Jenkins and that entire cast there. Actor in a TV series went to Jeremy Strong for Succession. Jason Sudeikis is still on his streak for winning actor in a musical comedy for Ted Lasso. Kate Winslet won for actress in a miniseries for Mayor of Easttown. Oh Young-soo won for Squid Game, supporting actor in a series. And Jean Smart, my Designing Woman sister, won for actress in a musical or comedy for Hacks. Sarah Snook won for Succession, supporting actress in a series. And musical comedy or TV series went to Hacks. And Michael Keaton, my boy Michael Keaton, actually won for actor in a miniseries or motion picture for his role in Dope Sick. So I think that pretty much covers it. I'm got through it. Yay. So I'm gonna cut this and get rid of all that sound that was not happening at the beginning of this tape, and I'm gonna put this back up on YouTube. But I thank Brandon and Kenneth and anybody else who is out there watching or listening for this episode of the Curvy Critic with Carla Renata. This is episode 195. Happy New Year. It is 2022. Clearly, I'm starting off 2022 a little shaky, but I'll have it together next week. I promise you. I will have a guest next week. I will let you know who that is. I'm not going to tell you right now because it's a surprise. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about, I talked about Cyrano before, but Cyrano has pushed back their release date. So I think I talked about Cyrano right before Christmas, but I am going to come back and talk about what? Bam! Scream! Scream 5 is on the scene. So I will come back next week and I will talk a little Scream action, and we'll just do a whole retrospective of all of the Scream movies 1 through 5, and I'll have my little interview with my girl. I'm going to tell you who it is because, it's a surprise, like I said. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you, Kenneth. There's a couple of other people that I know that are up and through here today. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for hanging in with my glitches and no artwork and clips and stuff and my little wrinkly background. But y'all know how I roll. Usually I have my act together. Today I don't. I'm not perfect. And so, I'm human, so I'm fallible. And there's that. So until next week, stay safe, stay sane, wear them masks, wash your hands, sanitize, stay 6 feet apart. Don't be in no large crowds if you don't have to. Subscribe to the channel. Click that bell for notifications. If you were on YouTube, give me a big thumbs up to let me know you was here. And you know what, y'all? You know what? I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.